for our comfort. They construct these places for their safety. Right? We are visiting a small part of this because the other part collapsed. But here, when we are walking, you will understand the idea of this place. So imagine you are living under the ground. What you need, the most important thing, you don't have to go out. You cannot go out. You need water, food, fresh air. You cannot, yes, ventilation. Because if you open big holes, then it has no sense to hide. Because imagine, I mean, these are new houses, but normally people were living in the rocks. From Romans, Christians, early Christians I'm talking. Beginning of after Christ, right, the first 200 years. Right, 200 years. They needed to hide. They cannot tell easily, I am Christian. When we go to the Roman cities together in Ephesus, there also I will show their secret symbol. First of all, when they come to a city, they are looking for their symbol. If they find the symbol, it means they are Christians. Afterwards, they have to find the fish. They draw a fish like this. And they follow the head of the fish and they find their meeting place. Because in that time, they killed thousands of Christians just because of their belief, because of their religion. In the Quran also it is written. Right? The problems of Isa, you know, Jesus, he had in the beginning.
The Roman that time preaches what religion?
The Romans were pagans. They are believing God and goddesses in that time. But it's all about power, because they think if they are changing the religion, they will lose all their power. What happened to Islam in the beginning? All the tradesmen, you know, from cities, all the families were against him. Why? They cannot make money from Kaaba. Exactly the same idea. They cannot make money from the temples. This is the reason they didn't accept Christianity in the beginning. That's why they killed. They try to scare the people. And mostly they do kill these people in front of public. You see what happened to him or her? Then don't do it. And in those years, people prefer to come to Cappadocia because of these rocks, because of the valleys. They can hide. They cannot find them easily. And they were living a secret Christian life. Secret Christian life. No one knew they are Christian. But later, some places, they learned they are Christians and they needed to hide. How? They have, you know, guards watching the city. When the Roman soldiers are coming from 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, they see this.
Sorry,
they see this.
They hide, the people hide it. They are originally from where?
From everywhere.
From everywhere.
From Syria, from Palestine, from here, from Constantinople, from everywhere. People who heard in Cappadocia they will be in safe, they come here. Like our holy migration from Mecca to Medina. Right? Exactly the same. Exactly the same. And they have houses in the rocks. Over there you can see. What did they do? First, they opened the ventilation. They opened the ventilation. In some places it is very big. This is for 800 people. But there are cities for 8,000 people. Right? It's a city. They have everything. Yes, 8,000 people can stay under the ground 4 months without going out. Because first they sort the ventilation problem out, and they open holes. Afterwards, water. There is water under the ground, no problem. They open wells, and they dry fruits. They dry meat. They dry beef, everything. And they hide. It is always ready. Who did this? Everybody. Just think, we are living in this city, and we need to hide in case of any danger, so we are working together. From every house, we open holes.
So this is the ventilation here. Okay.
No. Ventilation you will see inside. Think, my house is there, your house is here. The idea, immediately you have to be inside. No one can catch you. Because if they catch one person, they will find everybody. This is the reason everybody watch each other. First, they take their animals. They need animals. And the second part after this, when we go, is the stable. You will see where they chain it. Take animals. For animals, they open big tunnels. But for people, no, small tunnels. Sometimes people say, are they small? No, we cannot know are they small or big. But they cannot think the luxury. Immediately they have to go inside. Small tunnel means less work, and they can open the tunnel in a short time. What they do, the last person in the family come from the tunnel, they can come anywhere. If your home is here, they don't have to open a big tunnel. You just come from here to kitchen. If your home is close to stable, you come to stable. Church, the idea to the nearest place. And the last person who come inside, you will see there are stones, stone doors, like a millstone. They roll it and they lock it. You come, let's say you find it. You come from the tunnel. In that time they have no dynamites. It will take too much time to break this door. It is very hard. And let's say half an hour you need to break the stone. But whenever they hear the sound, whenever they understand, they catch them. They had tunnels going 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers. Immediately they evacuate the city. But we know they didn't find any of the underground settlements. There are 35 of them. Because if they find, they will destroy. If they find, it is easy. I mean, also they can just put the fire. Because of smoke, they die or they go out like a rat. Right? This is the idea. There is a social life here. There is no privacy. They cook together, they pray together, they sleep together, they eat together. And the underground settlements are mostly on the slope like this. Here, for example, they are living. The idea, they choose the slope like this, hill, black water. West water. 4 months you are staying here, you go to bath, you need toilet and many other things. And you will die because of illnesses. And their lifespan is already 35, 40 years for a man. So they are very careful against the illnesses. This is the reason at the bottom here, they open with the pipes, the black water can easily go out. So it was a clean place. It was a clean place. The first section is the kitchen. That's why when you go inside, it is all black. It's all black. Look, this part is broken. Normally it was coming like this. But this part is broken. Even here you can see it is black. But you don't see it everywhere. Inside, for light, they use fat of animals. Fat of animals. Right? As I said, luxury is not important here. They need a place as a shelter, yes, to protect their life. But they have to cook also. Mostly they cook at night. Mostly they cook at night. From the little holes, smoke can go out and no one can realize. And think you are a Roman soldier. You come here, there is nobody. There is nobody. Probably you think, okay, they run away. You never think, okay, I stay here, I wait. And we will see when they are coming. If they realize, they will wait, of course. But they think they run away and they will never come back. Maybe 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, they stay here. They get what they want from the houses and they left. Whenever they understand, they left and they are coming up. Because they don't have technology, you know, they cannot come back easily. Right? That's the idea of the underground cities. How many years they use these places? Around 250 years. Around 250 years. Because after 250 years, most of the population become Christian. There were more Christians than the pagans. That's why they didn't need to hide. And 300, Christianity become the religion of empire. Constantine the Great did this. Right? Constantine the Great did this. Later on, it is the official religion, and Cappadocia become the center of Christianity. That's why there are more than 800 churches in Cappadocia. 800 churches. Right? Still very important place for Christians. Till 1923, the Christians were living here. Maybe 45% of population was Orthodox Christian, Greek Orthodox. There were some Turkish Orthodox Christians, very few, but there were. We know because of their language. There is a church, you go, but the language is Turkish. They use Greek letters, but when I read, I can understand it is Turkish. And what happened to these people? After the First World War, do you remember I was talking Turkey lost Britain and the other places? Atatürk win against Greeks. and they sit on the table 8 months. The first condition of Atatürk was, you have to take all the Christians out of Turkey. All of them. 6 months they discussed to keep the population here, 6 months. In the end, they convinced Atatürk, we take the Christians out of Turkey except Istanbul. That's why in Istanbul still 165 active church we have. Why Atatürk wanted to take these people out? It is not because he see them as the enemy, because they were living here, because it is their home. The last 200 years of Ottomans, the Europe always used the Christians. They said, oh, the minorities in Ottomans, they have problems, we do this to you, we do this to you. Each time, right, they make embargo to Ottoman Empire. They are just using this reason, the rights of minorities. And Atatürk said, if I have no minority, if I have no Christians, you cannot involve in my problems. He was successful to take this place, but not in Istanbul. But how many thousand? 300,000 Christians in that time left. 350,000 Muslims come from Greeks. The Muslims also, they had to leave Greek. Right? Normally there were many Greeks there because of many Turkish people there because of Ottoman Empire. Because Ottoman Empire ruled Greece over 300 years. Right. So now we know the idea. First section, kitchen. Next, stable. Afterwards you will see one by one. Church, living room, ventilation, well, tunnels, we go out. Because inside for everybody there is not enough space. On the walls in English they write stable, room, church. So that's why I will not wait. We are not in hurry here. In the tunnels, slowly, carefully. You always, watch the person in front of you. Because if you fall, everybody will fall. And I will be the first one. If I survive later, we have a talk. Here, in this kind of pots, if you keep the wine in the place like that, 6 months it will be wine, alcohol. Fermentation. Cool, yeah, but it's always like this. Summer, winter, doesn't matter. You see the entrances, tunnels like that. Look over there, there is one also. From a house, they open this wall. Yeah. And you know what is this? Mill, stone mill.
Oh, corn.
The cracked wheat. This is the stable.
Table?
Animals.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, Emrah, Kamal Atatürk is nice to Muslim because he brought the Muslim from Greece, didn't he? And
He is of course nice. I mean, if he was not here today, you will be not in a Muslim country.
but in other way, he's not a good preacher of Muslim.
I can discuss this until morning with you. Don't believe the things what you hear from newspapers or from the people who has no idea. So these are the places where they train the animals. Cows, right? But because of the time, they had to close this part. Normally it was bigger. It was bigger, right? And for front of this, there are here. You can see the holes also for water. For animals, you need to give water, right?
Okay.
So, if you wish, you can touch like this, and you see how soft it is over there also.
When they cook the smoke, how they manage the smoke?
Chimneys, little chimneys, and ventilation. I mean, you feel the fresh air. On the way, you will see the next part. When we finish this tunnel, look at the ceiling. You will see holes for ventilation.
But the enemies cannot detect, still cannot detect that.
No. Okay. Look, you see the crack here? That's the idea of Cappadocia. The shapes. We call them fairy chimneys. I will tell you later.
Fairy
chimneys, right? Look, the rain is coming from here, and then it separates from here. And here, there is a big hard rock, and the soft one is here. It become a shape like this, like a mushroom. But it took like 8,000 years. So now, watch your head, watch your back.
Okay. Ventilation.
This is ventilation, ventilation.
There are many. The big one is down there.
The enemy cannot detect the smoke or whatever.
The smoke is not going here. Can you see any smoke on the wall here? No. They have an amazing system for the smoke.
Dia lain.
Biasa keluar malam dia masak.
Oh, masak malam dia tak boleh detect lah kan?
Tak boleh detect. Ventilation.
Kejap dia tu.
Oh.
Very careful.
Oh ni ke? Oh.
Tunnels. If you know in 10 minutes you will die, life is sweet. You do your best. You do your best. And don't think. Just imagine how many minutes you can stay here or how many hours. And you don't know when you go out. But if you think you will die when you go out, you can stay here forever. Again, life is very sweet. That's why they construct these places. So, you see, there is a tunnel over there. Open the way, open. He just closed there. Yeah. It's a small one. It is an entrance from a house.
Mana?
Yeah, look. Maybe you don't see many entrances, but if we have a chance to go in there, there are many others coming across. Right? It's like a main road. The others are coming.
Like spider web.
Yeah, like a spider web. And you see the stone, the millstone. And they support it with a stone. If you don't pull that stone, you cannot move it. And how did they take it? You know, when they are moving this place, they cut it specifically. They didn't bring it from outside because it's not enough. It's not enough. So, you know where we are right now? Here, church.
Church.
You see?
Your church.
Yes, this is a church.
Your church. The slang.
We have no priest, but it's the church. Right? I mean, the church, in that time, what we say church, people come together, they pray together. Did you know the Christians were praying as Muslims do?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the early Christians, they were praying more or less exactly as we do pray. They're also bending over. Men and women always separated. Still, in Turkey, in the eastern part of Turkey, there is a Christian community. I really appreciate them. You know why? They didn't change for 2,000 years. For 2,000 years. They never marry with other people. Never.
The Mormon.
I mean, they want to keep their tradition. You know which language they speak? The language of Jesus. Aramaic. They still speak Aramaic. Very few people in the world can speak this language, and it is their native language. And the priest is here, like Imam, back, men and lady, and they pray 4 times a day.
Oh.
4 times a day. Very same, very same. But in the time, it has changed. You know, most of the Christians evolved, right? They say it is modernism, but in the religion there is no modernism. You cannot think, you know, modernism in the religion for praying or for the holy things. But they have done that. They have done that. In the beginning, until 18th century, men, women cannot step in the church, in the Orthodox Church. Impossible. A woman cannot step inside. She has to go upstairs. Like, I mean, most of the mosques today, they have in Turkey, 2nd floor. It is for women. We copy these churches when we build the mosque. And we separate this place for ladies. After 18th century, what did they do? They separate the church in 2, right for men, left for women. And today they sit together. But in the beginning, even women cannot step. They had to go upstairs. All right, another tunnel, but in this one there are steps. Uneven surface. Be careful.
Wow. Ada jurang.
You come back, and you just take this, you roll it, you put it back. And how you can break it from there? You cannot.
Living room. Oh.
Big steps.
Okey.
Cepat-cepat. Jayalah turun tangga tu. I ambil gambar you.
Ini tempat rolling tadi.
Rolling pula. Storage room. Storage.
Anda boleh dalam anda dalam yang buat untuk keselamatan dari
Cuba tandas. Wow.
Ini kata-kata sekarang tikus. Alhamdulillah, selamat.